What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. It is Monday, April 7th. We have an 11 game slate on tap for today. Real quick, yesterday we went 10-6 on our spread picks, 9-6 on our over-unders. At the end of yesterday's game, I gave you guys a parlay to play. It was a 4-player parlay and 2 total bases. We had 3 out of the 4. Cody Bellinger went 1 for 5. He was the one guy that did not come through for us. But I'm telling you guys, stick around to the end of today. I have 2 parlays I want you guys to play. But with all that being said, there's a lot of money to be made today, guys. Let's jump into it. All right, we start off with the Yankees going to Detroit to play the Tigers. And in this game, we're taking the Yankees money line. We're playing the under here, under 8 total runs. I would not be mad if you decided to play Detroit plus the points here, because I'm a bit torn on the money line pick. But the under of 8, I do feel confident in. As far as our player props, 2 total bases. We're taking Margot of the Tigers. We're taking Aaron Judge of the Yankees, as well as Volpe. Judge will be my home run pick for this game. Going to our pitcher props, we're playing the over for both starting pitchers. Rodon over 6.5, Mize over 4.5. After that, we got a NL Central battle. We have the Cardinals going to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates. The Cardinals played 2 games yesterday against the Red Sox and lost both of them. We got the Cardinals bouncing back, though, today. We're playing them in the money line. As far as the points total, we're going under 8.5. For our 2 total bases, batters prop, we're playing 2 batters in this game. Reynolds of Pittsburgh and Donovan of the Cardinals. Then we go to our pitching props. Liberatore of St. Louis. We're going under his 4.5 strikeouts. And Mozeliak of Pittsburgh, we're going over 3.5 strikeouts. Right after that, we got the Dodgers going to Washington to play the Nationals. We'll take the Dodgers to cover the point spread here, 1.5 total points. For the game total points, we're going under 8 total runs. For our hitter props, we're going with 2 Dodgers. We're going with Mookie Betts and Hernandez. Mookie Betts will be our home run pick for this game. On our pitcher props, we're going with the over for both starting pitchers. May of the Dodgers over 4.5 strikeouts. Gore of the Nationals over 5.5 strikeouts. Alright, next game up is an AL East battle. We have the Toronto Blue Jays going to Boston to play the Red Sox. And like I said before, the Red Sox playing a doubleheader yesterday. The bats woke up. I am a bit curious. Are they a bit punch drunk this morning? We're leaning towards Toronto's money line here, as well as the under 8.5 total points for this game. Our batter props will be playing 3 batters in this game. Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the Blue Jays, and Alex Bregman of the Red Sox. For our pitcher props, we're taking Lucas of the Blue Jays under his 3.5 line. Fitz of the Red Sox, we're playing his over 3.5 strikeouts. Alright, we move along. Miami Marlins wrapping up the series with the Mets. And in this one, we're taking the Mets to cover the spread. The point spread here of 1.5 points. For the game total, they have the line set at 7. We're taking the over here. For our total bases, we're going to be taking 3 Mets. We'll take Juan Soto, Lindor, and Winker. Soto will be our home run pick for this game. Then we move on to the pitcher props. We'll only be playing 1 pitcher in this game, and it's Senga. We're going with his under 7.5 total strikeouts. All right, as we move along, we have the Texas Rangers going to Chicago to play the Cubs. This is a matchup of good pitching against good offense. The line is set at 6, which is low. But like I said, Texas has been holding teams to no runs or 1 run in the last week. The Cubs have been putting up only over 6 and 5 runs every game. But we're leading towards the Cubs here. In Chicago, at home, we're taking the over. Over 6 total runs. Then we move to our hitter props, 2 total bases. We'll be playing 3 players in this game. Simeon of the Rangers, Suzuki of the Cubs, as well as Ian Happ of the Cubs. For our pitcher props, we're taking the under for both starting pitchers here. You have Uvalde's line at 5.5, as well as Steele at 5.5, and we're taking the under for both starting pitchers here. Right after that, we have a AL Central battle, with the Minnesota Twins heading to Kansas City to play the Royals. In this game, I'm leaning towards Kansas City money line. Don't get me wrong, Minnesota over this series with Houston, their bats did wake up a little bit. But I still like Kansas City at home here. We're like the under total points of 8.5. For our hitter props, we'll be playing 3 batters. We're going to take India and Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals, as well as Miranda of the Minnesota Twins. Onto our pitcher props, Richardson of the Twins, we're playing his over 3.5 Ks, whereas Lorenzen of the Kansas City Royals, we're taking his over. We're taking the over for both starting pitchers. I'm sorry about that. We're taking his over 4.5. Yeah, so Richardson over 3.5, Lorenzen over 4.5. All right, moving along, we have the Baltimore Orioles going to Arizona to play the Diamondbacks. And in this game, we're taking Arizona to cover the 1.5 point spread here. The game total of 8.5, we're taking the over in this one. For 2 total bases, hitter props, we're going with Mullins of the Baltimore Orioles, Naylor of the Arizona Diamondbacks, as well as Smith of the Diamondbacks. Onto the pitching props, Elfin for the Baltimore Orioles, we're going under his line, 4.5 Ks. Zach Gallen of the Diamondbacks, we're going over 5.5 strikeouts. All right, continuing along, we got the Houston Astros going to Seattle to play the Mariners. And I like the Mariners in this one. As well as the points total under 7.5 total points. Our batter props, 2 total bases. We'll take Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners and Altuve of the Astros. Our pitcher props, Westnick for the Houston Astros, we're taking over 5.5 strikeouts. Gilbert of the Seattle Mariners, we like his under 6.5 strikeouts here today. All right, on to our 2 final games of the day. We got the Cincinnati Reds going to San Francisco to play the Giants. And in this one, I like the San Francisco money line, as well as the over 7 total runs. For our batter props, 2 total bases, we'd like Willy Adames as well as Ramos of the Giants. And for the Reds, we'll take Encarnacio Strand. And this is a very good pitching matchup, opening day rematch. For our pitching props, we're going to take Green under his 6.5 strikeouts. As Webb, though, for the Giants, we're taking his over 5.5 strikeouts. All right, on to the last game of the day. We have the San Diego Padres going to play the Athletics. And we're taking San Diego's money line here, the under 8.5 total points. For our batter props, we're just going to be taking 2 Padres. We'll play Manny Machado to have 2 total bases, as well as Fernando Tatis. Pitching props, San Diego, the Padres starting pitcher King, we're taking his under 6.5 total strikeouts. Severino, we're going his over 4.5 Ks. All right, guys, before I wrap this video up, I want to give you my 2 parlays of the day. Both of them, you could play $1.50. I would never recommend going over $5 on any parlay bet that's over 4 players, 4 legs to say. The first parlay, it's going to be a batter props parlay, 2 total bases. We're playing Manny Machado of the Padres, Mullins of the Baltimore Orioles, Juan Soto of the Mets, Mookie Betts of the LA Dodgers, Reynolds of the Pirates, and Aaron Judge of the Yankees. We're putting all 5 of these guys, all 6 of them in a parlay. We're going to bet $1. Then we're moving on to our pitcher props parlay here. Gore of the Nationals, over. Fitz of the Red Sox, over. Senga of the Mets, under. Uvalde of the Rangers, under. And Gilbert of the Seattle Mariners, under. That will be another $1 bet. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of people, they like to sound like these things are corny and stuff, but in the last week we hit 4 of them and made close to $450 in profit. Hey, that's all we're trying to do here is make money. We're not trying to be pretentious and tell you you can only place $10 bets to make money. It doesn't work like that. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate you guys too. And I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow.